Tonight on Philly Sports Spotlight, a flashback to the last professional football team to actually win a title in Philadelphia. And after a 2-year hiatus from the NBA, former Philly high school hoop standout Rasheed Wallace gets back in the game. And we'll show you what happened when a South Jersey rapper combined his passion for music with his love for sports. Hello and welcome to this debut edition of Philly Sports Spotlight. I'm Phil Anders, and along with the rest of the WMCM family, very excited about the launch of this show. Now, as we move forward, our goal is to take you beyond the stat sheet and scoreboard and bring you some of the untold sports-related stories in and around the Philadelphia region. That's high school, college, and pro. Nothing is out of bounds. With that said, we turn our attention to the Flyers and more specifically the NHL lockout, which has now entered its 7th week. As a result, 12 Flyers games to date are among the hundreds of regular season games that have been canceled due to the stoppage, including this year's Winter Classic between the Red Wings and the Maple Leafs at the University of Michigan's football stadium. That was supposed to be on January 1st. Now, I can tell you that over the last couple of days, the two sides have met. Hopefully, these two sides are finally coming to their senses, and maybe we'll have hockey after all. That's for those of you who still care. The NBA season, though, is well underway as the Sixers host the New Orleans Hornets tonight down at the Wells Fargo Center. Of course, a lot of area basketball fans want to know about this guy, the big topic of conversation, the big man in the middle. Of course, Andrew Bynum, the big offseason acquisition, who has played very little here early in the season and the preseason because of tendonitis and arthritis in his knees. We, of course, will keep you posted. Certainly no issues surrounding Sixers guard Drew Holiday. After opening the season with a double-double against the Nuggets, Holiday was rewarded with a multi-year contract extension and the reins to run the Sixers offense. Now, last year, Drew scored 20 or more points 10 times, including a career-high 30 against the Chicago Bulls. Now, sandwiched between tonight's game against the Hornets and the season opener against Denver, the Sixers played a home-and-home series with the Knicks, who currently have a player on their roster well known to Philly hoop fans. With that said, I'd like to introduce you to Philly Sports Spotlight's own Joby Smith, who has been hot on the trail of one Rasheed Wallace. Joby, welcome.
Hey, man. Good luck with the show.
Thank you very much. How's the big fella doing up there in the Big Apple?
I'll tell you what, everybody's excited about getting Rasheed up there, and at MSG, boy, they just shout his name out. It's incredible. You know, 15 years and counting in the NBA or any professional sports is a true blessing, and the physical challenges ahead provide former Philly Simon Gratz star Rasheed plenty of drive and motivation to succeed.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. Rasheed sticks it off glass as time runs out.
Knicks head coach Mike Woodson coaxed 38-year-old Rasheed Wallace out of his 2-year retirement, and the Philly native looks to bring that old-school post play and veteran leadership back to the NBA.
I know I'm not the number one guy here, and I'm willing to accept my role. With me being a veteran player, I know what my role would be.
Hey, Jason, I just wanted to ask you a little bit about Rasheed as a veteran yourself and what he brings to the team.
Well, he's won a championship, so he knows what it takes to win. A guy who can stretch the defense, understands the game, has a high IQ basketball-wise, and so in that sense, you know, he makes the game easy, and he's a great teammate. And so we're excited to have him on our side, and we can't wait for him to get out there.
Love his energy on the bench, huh?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's a true professional. He's a great teammate, and so he's just trying to show the younger guys that you don't have to play to have impact. And he was, you know, talking and helping guys out.
Got to be exciting to have this guy next to you, a veteran who's been there and done that, and obviously brings a lot of energy to this team.
Without a doubt, Rasheed is a tremendous talent, great defender, great offensive player, really knows how to play the game, and definitely need him out there on the floor, and he's really going to help us this year.
A healthy dose of daily conditioning and drills during the preseason are helping to get Rasheed up to speed and in playing shape.
And Rasheed will still come in and work, and be time to getting some action in terms of banging around a little bit and see where he goes from there. And then we'll evaluate him after Friday and see how he feels. And hopefully he can continue to climb and get where we need him to be.
I just talked to Coach Woodson. He said he loves your progress that you're making.
I mean, just work. You know, it's nothing new. It's nothing that I'm new to. Hard work. So just doing what I got to do.
Wallace won an NBA title in 2004 while Woodson was an assistant with the Pistons, but he never forgets about his early days at Simon Gratz High School in Philadelphia.
You still got Philly in your heart, huh?
I'm a native, thoroughbred, born and raised.
You know, Joe B, as I watch Sheed stand next to you, I covered him in high school when he weighed about 160 pounds, and to see the man that he's grown into today is phenomenal. Now, I know he's still getting back into condition after being out 2 years. The other night, though, against the Sixers, he had a big three-pointer.
Lit him up, and that's something that Rasheed does on a regular basis when he's in shape. And, of course, Mike Woodson is going to give him that time to get back up to speed.
Not to mention he's scary down low.
Absolutely.
All right, so thank you very much for this week's offering. What do you have for us next week coming up?
Well, coming up, Rutgers tailback Jawan Jamison. Of course, Temple has a star tailback in Montel Harris. Both of these guys come from the same area in North Florida. Exciting to watch, two of the best in the Big East.
That's right, and actually they just went up against each other recently. Looking forward to that piece indeed. By the way, you just heard Joby mention that Rasheed Wallace went to Simon Gratz High School. There was another former Simon Gratz High School player that also graduated from there, went to the pros, and played for the 76ers. This is our trivia question of the night. Who was that player? Once again, which former Simon Gratz hoop standout played for the Philadelphia 76ers? We'll have that answer for you coming up later on in the show. When we return to Philly Sports Spotlight, we'll travel back in time to revisit the USFL's Philadelphia Stars. Stay tuned.